I think that the future founder promise, the idea behind that is really being upfront. So about certain topics. So as in a startup, you want people who have ideas. You want people who lead things. You want people who are engaging, who are drivers instead of passengers. You want people who are going for it. And in the early startup, and you as the company progresses, you will need different personalities. But in the beginning, you want makers, you want doers. And usually those are the people who want to found companies as well. It's actually also usually people who are good in product management are people who could create great companies because they learned how to talk to customers and so on. That's usually what founders do in the beginning. But same as what I had back in the days with Prisma, one thing is that you want to do a company. The other thing is actually having a good idea that makes sense. And that's not trivial. If you don't have a good idea, you shouldn't work on it. That's it. And this is sometimes a really harsh reality and people don't want to accept it and they're just looking for ideas and so on. But hey, it's also fine. Just lay back, maybe take a bit of time to find ideas and in the meantime, learn. And as most of the startups fail in the beginning, in the first few years, I think that's exactly the time you need to practice. I believe that's way more useful than practicing in a big corporation because you haven't seen how the early days looked like. You will have all the resources already. You can just go to HR and say, I need this and that. That's not happening in a startup. You need to roll up your sleeves. You need to do it usually yourselves. You need to be a generalist even. And so it's kind of a different persona you need. However, when you join a startup, let's say you have a founder that is not very empathetic with the people, they will say, well, I want to keep them as long as possible and I will not allow them kind of to leave. But that's backwards.